Hey guys, this is Articulation and here is Bumblebee from Bumblebee, or the Bumblebee movie, or Transformers Bumblebee. Anyways, yeah, it's been a while since my last Lego Transformer, but I am back, and yeah, just in time, because I just saw Bumblebee yesterday, the movie, and I thought it was really good. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. I recommend it. And yep. Yeah, to be sure, this video contains no spoilers for the movie. The only things I'll reference are the trailers and the toys, so yeah, just to be sure, since I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. So don't worry about it. There'll be no spoilers here. Yeah, so I started working on him back in August. He was teased at the end of Devastator's video, and I made progress on him very slowly because he was just really tricky to make. It was weird going from my largest Transformer like Devastator to some smaller scale like this. And he's actually my first car transformer of the year, since my last one was Last Night Hot Rod a while back. And car transformers, they're always tricky to make. And earlier this month, just like everything came to me, and I finished him mostly. I finished like more than half of him in like a single night, and I just bricklinked him. So yeah, just in time for the movie. And in case you're wondering, there will be instructions. I don't know when, but they'll be later. So here he is in his Volkswagen Bug Mode, same as he was in G1. This is obviously the weaker of the two modes. Car formers don't usually have good car modes, but I'm very happy how this turned out. I'm glad to get this over with, but yeah, of course the front looks very nice, and then towards the back it just becomes this big mess. The proportions aren't quite there for car mode. Of course, the wheels are very small. There's no like the Volkswagen Beetle has like a lot of arches and stuff. I couldn't replicate that so well due to transformation, just hinges, and this part's all kind of messy. But I'd say it's very nice, in my opinion, because this thing has to transform. Coming to the back, I did get the taillights and the bumper thing, but this part is a mess, and there's a gap there too. One cool thing is that I use these new, they're kind of like slope pieces, but have the angle at this part here, which is kind of cool because it fits exactly in that gap where the front windshield is. And for play features, he doesn't have any, but if you flip him underneath, yeah, there you go. Here you see that he has the visible head syndrome, just like in the trailer, in the movie, which I thought is an integral part of making a Bumblebee. And now for size comparison, here's a minifigure. I kind of made it look like Charlie, but yeah, see, he might be a little small for minifigure scale. I also have the Tiny Turbo Changers figure, which is the only Bumblebee movie toy I actually have, and I have Ravage. He was also in the movie, somewhat. And next up we have Barricade as a car. Bumblebee is actually much smaller. He's only 5 wide. He's supposed to only be 5 wide as opposed to 6 wide as my normal cars, and he is definitely a bit smaller like that, which is appropriate because the Beetle is a very small car. And here he is next to Optimus Prime. It's kind of cool I made these two this year, and they're, I guess, my favorite versions of the characters I've made out of Lego, since I have gone through many versions of Bees and Primes throughout the years. Alright, now for the transformation. This transformation is very complicated for something so small, which is why it took me so long to figure it out, but yeah, to start, first of all, you take the whole back of the car and kind of crack it open like this, and you fold this down like that, and these two sections actually become the legs, and all this is upper body, which is a very neat thing. You gotta fold one of the legs. Okay, you gotta fold one of the legs back. A lot of things do come off because he's so small, and the like things are supported by single studs. And you take this section here and rotate this around. This will kind of become his chest piece, and like that. And then you come over to the legs. You gotta fold them down, but before you do that, you gotta shift this section outwards, and then you gotta rotate this section down and fold this section in, and now you can straighten the leg here, and same for this side. Straighten out, unfold, and then fold like that, and these become the back of the legs, and like that. And this part will come undone sometimes. And now, this part of the leg is actually inspired by my Transformers Prime Cliff Jumper, which is based off the first edition toy. And you rotate this section around. This is like the shin piece. You gotta shift this forward a tiny bit, and this will all come together. And then coming here, you gotta fold this panel back to make this part stick out more. Then you fold this in, and that's the entire foot. And same for this side. You gotta fold this out, shift it up a tiny bit, and then you gotta rotate this around. Fold this section down. The legs, interestingly enough, came to me just like in a single night, which is weird because the whole upper body took a few months to figure out, working at a time. You shift this back, you fold this up, and you fold this up. And those are the two legs. And coming to the back calves here, you want to make sure these kind of fold out a tiny bit like that. And now for the upper body, this part's always fun. First you want to fold the wheels out a tiny bit. You can take the hands out like this, the arms. It's nice that they tuck in like this, like most of toys do, which is something I never got with my Bumblebees until now. And then these sections will fold out, and then they're going to flip down like this. And this section folds out and flips down. These will actually become as mini wings. And then you can see a ball joint here. This actually holds the entire body right now. And then this ball joint here, actually you want to try to position this as far out as possible this way, because what you want to do is you want to get both these front windshields over to the other side. This is legal because the clearance works. You want to shift this out like this, and you just want to pass it through here, and then there you go, there's one windshield. This is very reminiscent to my older Transformers because I used to make the front windshield split to reveal the heads. And this section, you want to shift it again. This is the hardest part of the transformation, just getting the clearance to get this through. And now that they're on the same side, you want to push them together, make sure they meet in the middle. And like this, and then this one, shift it to the middle. They'll come together again like they were on the other side. And this folds back, and then this section here will collapse like that, and you see the windshields are stuck in the middle, which is nice. And you want to make sure the ball joint is straightened out like this. And now, yeah, the hard part's out of the way. You want to fold these wheels up, like as far up as they can go. And then coming over here, you want to shift this entire section here. You can see the whole front, it splits apart. This is one of the first things I figured out, which is why I continued with this. And you want to fold these down like this, just for now. And in this little back section, you want to rotate this around. And this whole section will rotate around too. Okay. Like this. And then this section will rotate once more. Okay. Like that. And this will fold these sections back. And they'll sit on his back. Yeah, this comes off also. Too bad this wasn't another character, but and yeah, that is on his back. And then coming to the chest here, what you want to do, you want to pick his head and fold it forward as far up as possible. You want to make sure these windshields are together and kind of slanted like that. And now you want to, this is the cool part, you want to rotate this section inward like that. And then you want to rotate this section inward too. Actually, you can see how it works over here, because you can see the two clip pieces connected to this section. It allows this whole section to rotate without any problems. And then you want to fold this back, rotate this inwards like that. And you can see the chest looks really weird now, so you have to rotate this again, and you rotate this again. And then you shift these two sections together. They kind of end up in the same spot as they were in vehicle mode, so it's not a big problem. And now you have that all together. They should rest against here. You can see what's going on here. This is the back of the roof, front windshield, front of the car, which is weird. And then you take this section, and this bottom tile should actually make a little fit under the lip where the front windshields are, like that. And that will kind of lock everything into place. And then now you can fold the arms forward and bend them down. fold forward and then bend down. And the wheels, you can kind of leave it like that, like a G1 Jazz or something, but you can rotate these back. And now for the back kibble, it's not really kibble-ish. Yeah, I guess it is. This folds down. Coming over here, you want to straighten these out like this. And then you want to rotate this section inwards. And a series of hinges just like that. And the little wings will nestle into there. And you rotate this around. And then you want to just rotate this in. There are a lot of hinges on here. This is a thing that took me a while to figure out too, getting these little wings on his back. And they'll fold in like that, and these little sections that held the bumper into place will fold up. I'm actually trying to straighten these out and make it more uniform. And now that is done, these wheels will kind of fold down like this, and this section will fold down like this. And like that. And that's the back, and Bumblebee is all ready to go. And let's set him down on the ground. And I'm setting him down and rearranging his ball joints because they're kind of stiff. Here is Bumblebee in his robot mode. I think I did a very good job coming close to what was in the movie. And yeah, right off the bat you can notice his backpack is really big, but it's not like big because like it's a solid mass of stuff hanging off you could take off, because everything, a lot of his vehicle mode parts are incorporated inside here. Kind of flips inside out. It's kind of inspired by a sidearm sideswipe from the Hunt for the Decepticons Deluxe class toy, because the windshield and that kind of tucks in too. And yeah, there's a bunch of mass here, which is fine. He's a little chubby, but yeah, I don't mind it at all. And coming to the back here, I did get his little wings here. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out how to get the wheels sit closer inwards. I spent quite some time on that, so I just left them out. I guess they're fine. And the wheel on the side should be tucked inside here. I couldn't work that out, but I did have the taillights exactly on his heels, like in the movie, which is a little thing I was really interested in doing and figuring out. And for articulation, he's pretty articulated. His head will rotate like this, like that. It can move up and down like that. It's nice. And for the arms, you can rotate around. You kind of shift him on this joint if you want for transformation, and he even has a biceps swivel, which is nice, like that. Yeah, I really like that. It helps with posing. His legs are articulated too, but since they're on the very stiff ball joints, they're kind of hard to pose. He can't bend 90 degrees at the knee because of transformation, or how these ball joints are. And this is actually my first time using these hip joints in an official Transformer, which I will do more often with my car Transformers. And here are his accessories. You got his blade, his cannon, and his battle mask, I guess. For his cannon, it unfortunately is in two pieces. I wish there was a single piece. It kind of attaches like that to the side, and then this section goes on like this. And then yeah, there goes his little cannon. The tip could have been bigger because this thing was fairly large in the movie, but it was kind of small in the Studio Series too. And then now you got his blade. It just kind of tabs in here, and as I said before, it could be stored in vehicle mode while he's holding it, and you can have him strike a pose or something like this. He's not too articulated in the legs, but it works like that. And then you also have his battle mask, just a little tile. I probably could have had a better solution, but you just take off his face and put this on there. And yeah, just like that, our little Autobot Scout B-127 is ready for battle. And another feature, it's kind of unintentional, but you can remove the chest panel here like that, and you could just remove it, and the hologram Optimus Prime will come out. Yeah, this isn't a spoiler because it was shown off in a trailer. And finally, some size comparisons. Here's B with Charlie. Yeah, I think the scale is kind of good. Maybe he could be smaller. And then we have a Ravage there. And just like to be movie accurate, my B is actually smaller than most of my car Transformers. I think he's the smallest one, to be honest. Here's my last night B. This guy in desperate need of repairs, but for someone who can actually stand right now, here is the last night Barricade. I think the scale should be, he should be a little smaller, but this works fine actually. Now he's actually smaller than most of my car formers. And finally, here is B with my Optimus Prime. Different style, but there you go. These are the two my B and Prime I made this year. And these guys are probably going to be the most recognizable at Brick Fair, as always. Alright, that is it for this video. I'm very happy how B turned out. I spent a lot of time working on him, and definitely got me hyped for the movie. And yeah, he's probably one of my favorite car formers of now, because a lot of mine don't turn out so well. And yeah, I don't know who I'm going to make next, but I will have his instruction videos out sometime. I don't want to jump till Shatter and Dropkick so soon, because I want to take a little break from crazy transformations, so I might end up doing something a bit simpler. And yeah, that should be it. I really hope you enjoy this guy, and if you have seen the movie, I hope you have enjoyed that, or if you planned on seeing it, you definitely should. And yeah, that is it. I'll see you guys next time. I'm not sure when, but hopefully I can crank out another Transformer before this break ends. And I'll see you guys.